Hello and welcome to Amy Hart's Mums Club. In this podcast, I'll be sharing the highs and lows of parenting alongside a gaggle of fabulous guests as we delve into their parenting journeys. And that's not all. This podcast is for you. Along the way, me and my fabulous guests will be sharing tips and tricks and advice from our own parenting journeys. And if you have any questions, please send them to our social media, which is at Amy Hart's Mums Club on Instagram and TikTok. Now, my guest today, I have been a fan of for many, many years. So it's like a pinch me moment to have her here, just like one-on-one. I can just talk to her. It's not like I'm just watching her on Instagram. She's mum to three lovely boys. It's lovely Emily Norris.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
So how are you? So obviously we're sort of well into the term now. I'm sure that three boys, summer must be crazy.
Yeah. It was really busy, and like I know we're nearly at October half term, but I feel like mine still haven't like fully got into the school year. So my middle son just started senior school, so I've got two in high school, and then one in year 4. And actually, I was expecting my middle to struggle, but it's my youngest who's like struggling with year 4. I think the work gets really hard at this age.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also, is it now that he's like on his own at his school?
Yeah, I think that is it.
Right, he's always had his brothers there.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, I'm on my own.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. But then someone said to me, do you think it's because he's not got any backup? He's got no brothers there. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I think that's probably it. You know?
Especially, I think, being the youngest of three, probably. Obviously, I've only got one. But being the youngest of three, like, he's never known, like, being on his own.
Yeah, no.
Like, he's just gone into, like, a crazy family.
Yeah, and, like, his whole life, people talk for him. You know, his brothers do things for him. And I definitely baby him where I know, like, he's the youngest. Yeah. So, yeah, I think he's struggling. But, yeah, we're getting there.
Now, the reason I am such a fan of you is because you are just the mum that I want to be. But obviously, there's many reasons why we all parent. Can we go back and talk about your childhood a little bit? If you could share a bit of background about yourself, just because I feel like it's a really good like indicator of why you are the mum you are.
Yeah. So I actually grew up in Canada, so sometimes people can hear like a bit of a twang, but I moved to England when I was 14. But my mum actually, she got pregnant at 17, which is just, now that I'm a mum, I look back and I think, how did you even like, and also my eldest, he's nearly 15, so that'd be like in 2 years' time. So yeah, so she was really young and my dad was a lot older, and then she had my sister and then she had me. So, and we sort of, my dad was like a bit of a drinker. So she left him at like when I was about 3 years old. And then it was really just the three of us growing up. But in a way, because she was so young, we were kind of like, all in it together. Yeah, it feels like that actually. And I feel like we were all just figuring life out at the same time.
Isn't that like what the Gilmore, I haven't watched the Gilmore Girls, but is that not what like the Gilmore Girls is like?
Yeah.
Like sometimes she's the mum, but sometimes she's like the big sister.
Yeah, I think it is that. And then also like sometimes my sister would be like a bit of a mum, and like I feel like everyone's roles were, and my mum had to work a lot obviously because she was like single mum, so she was out the house a lot, so like we had to kind of pick up the slack. And my husband says, it's so like you're so independent, but I think, you know, we had to.
Yeah.
And it was in the days where you'd like get home from school, she'd like leave a post-it note out saying like how to make the dinner and like get the salmon out the freezer and do this and do that. And so I think in a way like that was really good. We had to like grow up really quick. But then I think now that I am a mum, I just always wanted our house to be like this really safe, like peaceful place, like really secure. My husband is like the most stable person. Like he doesn't drink, or he, you know, he's just, and I feel like, you know, probably chose him for those reasons, and just really wanted that kind of like peaceful, you know, that you say about magic mom, like magic, you know, I just wanted it all to be like, I guess this sort of fairy tale. I don't even think that exists, but it's always what I've strived for, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I think you do it very, very well. And also Matt, what a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. I met him because I came on your podcast.
Oh, yes.
What a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you two together, absolute power couple. I love it. I just gush over everyone in this podcast. But I love it. No. I'm just a nice person, guys. Obviously, you have 3 children.
Yes.
That, like, a lot of people say, like, 1 feels like 1, 2 feels like 10, and 3 just feels like a whole school class. Are you quite an organised mum? Do you have systems in place? Or are you just like, let's just go with it?
I am quite organised, I think. But I did see a study that said even 4 kids is easier than 3. Like, apparently 3 is...
I read that. I've read that before because I was telling my friends that have got 3. That apparently, like, 1 kid is like 1. Then 2 is you have, like, 2 parents. So... like there's 2 parents, 2 kids, obviously if you're still with your other half. And then 3, everyone's trying to hold on to the normality of when you had 2. By 4, it's like as long as everyone gets out the house at some point with 2 shoes, doesn't matter if they match on, then we've won.
Yeah. So I think 3 is that kind of chaos number.
Yeah.
But when Matt and I started having the conversation of kids, I really wanted 4, and he really said 2. So we compromised on 3. So it was always going to kind of be 3. I think when we had the 3rd, I still sort of was like, could we have the 4th? But he was just like, he went, you might be able to handle 4, but I can't.
No.
So I had to respect that. But it is quite chaotic, and I do love a routine, which I talk a lot on my YouTube channel, especially when they were little. I've just always loved a routine, but in some ways I feel like it's more for me than for them, like it's kind of like if I know what's happening, if I know when they're eating, sleeping, then I feel more in control or organized in some way. And I do everything the night before, like, because all the boys every day, it's like a different sport, a different, uniform, different. So I just feel like I try to be organized in that way. But I mean, it is chaos, with boys.
Would that be your top tip then, doing it the night before?
Yeah, I always say like 10 minutes the night before is like worth an hour in the morning, because you can just spend 10 minutes grabbing everything. Whereas in the morning, there always is some kind of like meltdown. Someone's having a bad day. Someone's not getting up quick enough. Like it's just chaos in the morning for some reason. So yeah, I would always say just do it all the night before, which I know is sometimes like tricky. But once you get in the flow with it. So now they're older, I tend to run the bath. While they're in the bath, I go around and do everything. But the older boys, they pack their own bags now. Like I'm really trying to instill that in them and give them some responsibility, because I love being a mum, and sometimes I feel like I'm actually taking over too much now. Like you do need to be independent soon. But
with the boys, it's just,
I know. Well, they just let you do everything.
I know.
Like my 9-year-old still just sticks his foot out for me to put the sock on, and I'm like, I know you can do this, but
I'm trying to convince Stanley to put his own shoes on at the moment if he's on the wrong feet, and he does it, and I'm like, do they feel weird? He's like, no.
It's
like,
fine.
Okay, that's on me for buying barefoot shoes that are like wide, so that then he can't actually feel that they feel different.
Yeah.
Your book, things I wish I'd known. I love it. Like
you.
So many good ideas, family games, like different like family activities and like hacks and stuff. Like really good book. So I really recommend you go and buy that. What are your top mum hacks?
Oh, so many. I feel like everything the night before, it doesn't feel like a hack, but it is such a hack. I also love a bit of meal planning, which I feel like whenever I say it, it sounds really boring, but it just makes my life so much easier. If on a Sunday night I just think, okay, what are we actually eating this week? What have we got on? When do I need a 10-minute meal? And just plan it all out, order everything on the app, like grocery, and it just makes my life so much easier.
No, I'm big on that. I don't think that's boring at all.
Oh, okay,
like,
good.
At all. Because I have like a whole planner. Like someone sent it to me. It's called the Busy Club, and it's basically, they were originally designed for like Slimming World, but I don't use it for that, but it has like all the days, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So I go through and cross out the days that we don't need like breakfast, lunch and dinner, and I write it all down. And like I go through all my apps trying to find recipes and stuff. Normally I'm watching telly, and Sam's like, you're not watching it, and I'm like, I am, but I'm also planning all our meals for the week. If you want to have a jacket potato every night, you can do. If you want nice stuff, let me do this. And then ordering it all, and I love like having it all written down so that I know I'm not stuck for what to have for dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Apart from the other day, so I found this, like, I've got a Thermomix, and I found this lamb hot pot on Cookie and I was like, oh my god, that looks amazing. I'll cook that when Luke comes around. And it was like 1,200 grams of lamb shoulder. So okay, amazing. So go on to my grocery app, type in lamb shoulder, and it was like £8.50 for 400 grams. And I said to Sam, it's this, and he was like, we're not spending 25 quid on lamb for a midweek dinner. Absolutely not. And I was like, absolutely not. He was like, just make a shepherd's pie. Well, actually, he called it a lamb cottage pie, and I was like, a shepherd's pie.
I need to try this Thermomix. So many people have said to me that it's really, really good, because I'm obsessed with the air fryer at the moment, and I love the slow cooker. So I use both of them more than the actual oven.
See, I have Thermomix, air fryer and slow cooker, and I use all three.
Well, what is it? It's like a pressure cooker.
It's a bit of everything. It's got it's like a rice cooker. It boils, it blends, and it has like a little iPad on the front, so it just tells you, and it weighs it all. It's amazing.
It just tells you what to do.
It's amazing. You'll get one.
Yeah,
so
I
good.
need to get one.
But I get into like real phases with it as well. So like some weeks, like every recipe I make will be from there.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy. And then like other weeks I'll be like, right, we're gonna have an air fryer week. But I need to get a new air fryer. I want one with 2 drawers now.
Yeah. I've got that. And you can take the thing out in the middle and it makes it massive. So I do my roast in it. It's ideal. Yeah.
Oh my God,
I love that.
What are your
the
favourite meals
gadgets.
to cook for your family that are good for everyone?
Do you know, every Sunday we do a roast. And I know that's like, I feel like that's very British. But we do a roast and then it feeds all of us. And then a bit more than that after.
Next day, yeah.
And the dog gets all the other bits. And then Matt was like, do you want to boil the bones and make bone broth as well? Like, so you just, he's joking, but you can get so much out of it. And I feel like, I know a roast is like a pain, but it's actually really easy. We just do it for an hour in the air fryer. That's a really good one. And then like our staple ones are spaghetti bolognese. If you say to the boys, if I say to them, well, you can choose a meal this week, they always say chicken teriyaki.
Nice.
And they love quesadillas, you know, like the Mexican thing.
Yeah.
They love that. So those are like
do
a
I.
few things that I just always, and I do salmon every week because I'm like, you need your omega-3s, you know, like, so I try to like have well, you tend to eat the same thing every week almost.
But you say about a roast, like I was talking to Louise Pentland about this because she was saying that she wrote a book and she themed it all like winter. It was actually a summer book. She's like, you kind of a roast in the summer. I was like, if I don't have a roast on a Sunday, I have to have one on a Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, we still have a roast in the summer.
And I told Nicole Scherzinger that, a name drop, Clang.
Oh my
and she's
gosh.
like, you can get a roast on a Monday? And I was like, yeah, it's called the Toby Carvery, Nicole.
You told Nicole Scherzinger to go to Toby Carvery. I
she's
love
like, it's
that.
like a cafeteria. And I was like,
She's going to go there and go, Amy said to come here.
I love it. Truly is the home of the
I
roast.
love it.
But I actually had one after I did your podcast.
Oh, did you? It's in Brentford. There's one in Brentford. I used to work in that one. When
I
was
literally love it. But yeah, I
my
can't
God.
go away without it. Some people are like, my friend posted the other day that she cooked one for her family, and she was like, definitely can do this more often. I was like, you've got 3 children. What else are you having for dinner on a Sunday?
Yeah.
My husband goes mad because it means that I can be in the kitchen all day.
Yeah. And then
he's
you have
like-
to tidy up as well.
Yeah. Oh, no. If I cook, I don't tidy up.
No, that's what I mean.
No,
He can
And
almost,
he's like, you use every single pot and pan we
do.
own.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I know, because we've got different things, Sam. We've only got one oven, I have to keep everything warm.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
to me, you are the epitome of a magical mum.
Oh.
What are some like real like magical things that you've done for your kids over the years that you could like maybe inspire our listeners with?
Oh, okay. Well, this is something on my mind because my middle is turning 12 years old very soon. So I'm planning his birthday, but every single birthday we do like a treasure hunt to get to the presents.
Oh my God, I love
and
that.
they love it. It's such a simple thing. Like I literally just write them by hand myself. You know that you can print stuff off of Pinterest, but I just write all the clues down. Sometimes I even just make them up. But they just go around the house. They run to like the post box, the fridge, the bathroom. They run all around going crazy for it, and they just love it. And they get the treasure hunt in the end. But this year he's quite into golf, so I was thinking of maybe at the end of the treasure hunt being like you putt into a hole and then you get one gift, and then doing it like trying to make it a bit more like for his age. But I think like having little family traditions is such a nice thing, and I think it's the kind of thing they'll remember. Like we do a movie night every Friday, and even my eldest, like he's nearly 15, but he'll still like get the popcorn out and sit with us, and we'll watch like Home Alone or whatever it is. So little family traditions is like really, really nice. But yeah,
that picture there, that's like our background picture. That is from our family movie night last year. Which you can see a tiny bit of the Christmas pajamas. I want to start doing. Have you seen on Instagram? People do like, so they'll watch like the film The Little Mermaid, and then they'll do a starter, main, and dessert like themed.
Oh my God, I love that.
And like a special drink themed to the movie.
Yeah.
And they do that like every Friday, which I mean is a lot of work for me to take on, but I'm willing to do it.
That
I'm
would
happy
be
to do
so
it.
good if you had a fussy eater as well, and you were trying to encourage them to like try fish or like something new to theme it like that. I love that idea. So
I
nice.
feel like week 1 I'd be like, okay, Little Mermaid, we're doing fish, we're doing this. Week 2 I'd be like, we're gonna watch Lilo and Stitch, and we're gonna have a Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I think you can get away with that though.
Yeah.
You can like
That'll literally be.
theme
And then
it.
I'll be like, and then the next week we're gonna watch Toy Story, and we're gonna have Pizza Planet, and basically have a themed pizza every Friday.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming up. I got a lot of inspiration from your Elf on the Shelf video last year.
Oh, thank you.
Which
You always feel like you can't say it. You're like, is anyone listening?
Well, no, about when your elf came to I loved how you like phrased it and everything. but I got a lot of inspiration from it. What are your top tips for Christmas with kids and making it special and like special things you do?
Yeah, so I actually have I use either the reminders app on my phone or I use Trello. Do you use Trello ever?
I've got it. My husband is a big Trello user.
Yeah,
and he was like, you
I
and
love
your
it.
agent should have Trello. And I had it for like a day, but I don't like, it's another thing to check. I have enough trouble checking my emails. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I use it for work anyway, so then I just set up another board. But I love the reminders app as well. So throughout the year, this is something people can start like from January as well. Throughout the year, if my boys are ever like, can I have this in a shop? And I'm like, not today. You know, you think I just can't buy a £25 toy for like no reason, whatever. I write it on the list, and then by Christmas, I've got a really good idea of like things they want if they're still into it. So I do that all year, or on Trello, I'll make a list, and I love to gift them things that they actually need. So at this time of year, like anything they need, it's like you're gonna have to just wait till Christmas. My son the other day was like, "Mum, we need a bit more toothpaste." I was like, could that be a stocking stuffer? Like, you know, you just think,
a themed toothpaste.
Yeah, but every Christmas it's like pants, socks, pajamas, hoodie, you know, all those things. And then I try to get them like something I saw someone share, something they can read, something they need.
It's something you want, something you want, something you need, something to wear and something to read.
Yeah, so I love that as well.
I've got that from Not Enough Nelsons, people that have got like 16 children.
Yes, yeah. I saw that and I was like, that's such a good idea. But I do go a little bit over the top at Christmas. My husband always, that's something we argue about, that I do like to give him quite a lot. But he's like, you need to rein it in a bit. You need to rein it. But I just want to make it that like.
This is the thing. It's a battle that I have, because it's like, my mum was always like, I don't spoil my kids at Christmas. We never went without. We always had a lovely Christmas.
Yeah.
But she's like, your birthday is your time for you, and that's when like I'll go crazy. But Christmas, there's so much else going on.
Yeah.
That like that's so I'm trying to do 10 presents for Stanley's stocking, and then like one, maybe
like
two
a big
main present. So that's my sort of like trying to do, but we'll see how many years that lasts when he actually can start asking for stuff. I saw Gruffalo hot chocolate bombs yesterday. I'm a sucker for a Facebook ad. So literally it's like I get like a, you know, people get like a red mist, I get like a blue mist, and I don't realise I've done it. Like literally a Facebook ad comes up and I'm like, yes, must buy
that.
now.
Yeah. They're so targeted though. You're like, I literally need that.
So targeted. But I've started doing actually what you said about like the list, because like Stanley, his new favourite game is Shopkeepers, and like my auntie babysat for every Tuesday night while I was doing Love Island. And they would play Shopkeepers for 3 hours every night.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And he got like a little like basic till last year for Christmas. And now I'm like, and this was obviously like back in sort of June and July. And I was like, he would really benefit from like a really like nice all singing, all dancing till, because he is the shopkeeper. But then I was like, no, like persevere, because like summer will go really quickly, and then it'll be Halloween, and then it'll be Christmas, and I'll just get it for him for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's having that self-control. But my dad, so my mum was on holiday last week, so my dad had Stanley for the day. And I was like, cool, what are you doing today? He's like, right, we're going to baby group. Then we're going to go to the pier and go on the amusements, because Stanley loves the amusements. And then I'm going to take him to Toy Barn House. He's got a budget of £35. And I was like, 3 months before Christmas.
Yeah,
like,
thanks for that.
Do we really need that? And luckily, Stanley was tired, so they didn't make it to Toy Barn House. But I was like, but then I'm like, I'm so lucky that like my dad wants to do that with him.
So
that
I feel
I'm
like grandparents can just like have a blowout, can't they? But I think it's really nice if you start what you're doing now. But I think I was silly when they were young. I'd get them like loads, because you know when they're really young, you can spend like £200 and you can get so much.
I didn't
stuff.
realise like how toys are actually quite reasonable.
Yeah, and like the smaller they are, the bigger they seem. Like the bigger the toys are. So now that my older kids though are. But you know, £200 would get them like a fragrance.
Yeah,
or
and
like
they're like stocking. You're like, what is even in here?
Yeah, like, there's like nothing. Like I don't know if they said, "Oh, can I have a tracksuit and a fragrance?" That would be the whole budget. So it's really tricky. So I think this year, like we've always had like equal sort of budgets that we spend on the boys, but I think this year I'm going to spend less on my youngest and like going to have to spend a bit more on the older boys. But yeah,
such as
It
life,
just
isn't it?
changes. But if I had done what you did, one big present and stocking, then
I think
probably
at
would
the
have been all
moment
right.
he gets so much from everyone else as well.
Yeah,
So
that's
then
so true.
it's hard because then I get everyone saying to me like, "Oh, have you got a list? Have you got a list? Have you got a list?" And I'm like, I have to leave stuff for other people to buy as well.
Yeah.
But, I was explaining to Stanley, I don't know why I do this. This is like my worst trait as a parent is I explain everything to him, but too early. So like we did like a 3-day trip to London. I told him about the Gruffalo ride on day 1, but obviously the Gruffalo ride wasn't until day 3.
So he's like, "Wanna do it now?"
Nanny, we're going on the Gruffalo ride in a minute. And I was like, no, we're not, sorry.
Perception of time is just like, not.
And the other day I explained to him all about, like, so Santa lives in the North Pole, he's got elves, they build the presents, and then he flies in a sleigh. We watch videos on YouTube. Why am I doing this? We watch videos on YouTube of the sleigh taking off with the reindeers, and then I explained about the fact we don't have a chimney, so we have a key, and he was taking it all in, and there was like a beat, and then he went, "Can I have the presents now?" And I was like, "No, sorry." But he said,
He's got to try.
Yeah, Mummy, at Christmas, I might get one present.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
he's so sweet.
and I
love
said to him,
that
"What would you
age.
like?" He was like, a scooter.
Yeah.
Scooter, chocolate and toys. I'm like, that I can do.
Yeah. Oh, love him. It's honestly the best age. Like, I think this Christmas for you will be the first time he's like really into it, really.
I mean, I saw a post from a lady the other day saying about like, "Oh, I've got a little boy that's 10 months. I know he won't understand it, so don't come at me, but what can I get him and stuff?" And I was like, he may not understand it.
It's still nice.
But he, like, Stanley was 10 months at Christmas and he still had such a lovely, lovely day.
Yeah.
And he ended up dropping, like, because obviously at that point he was on 4 bottles a day. That was actually the day that he dropped, because I know, because when people say, "When did Stanley drop his bottles?" I'm like, Christmas Day, because he was playing and just wasn't interested,
so
and then it
much.
never came back. Like the 5 o'clock bottle just never came back, like, because he
was just so into it.
Yeah, and then it just never came back.
But then it's for us as well. And all the pictures, like, they live on forever. Like, I'm so glad I've vlogged everything, because the boys, if they ever ask, "Oh, can I see a video?" it's always going to be a Christmas video or one of their birthdays.
Yeah.
Or they sometimes ask for holidays as well. But if they're like, "Can I see Christmas 2019?" I'm like, "Yep, I've got it." Like, and then they can see what they got.
I know. I didn't.
love it.
I filmed stuff on my camera, but I have never. Haven't uploaded it or edited it. Basically, I don't clear out my memory cards. I have a box
We
of
should
memory
say
cards.
that's such a good idea, though.
Because
I
I
feel like
think-
that's less likely to get lost or ruined.
and also I think, like, one day when I'm dead, my kids, like when you like find like a box of like VHS in the loft and it's all like, "Oh, there's family Christmas and stuff."
Yeah,
like
they'll have
so
that.
at the start of every memory card I do a video and I'm like,
"Oh my gosh,
it's
so
like
organised."
August 2025, Stanley, you're 2, like you're almost 2.5. We still live in this house, and
God, I
in
love
this memory card you'll probably get XYZ.
Yeah.
So yeah, enjoy.
Oh my God, I love
so then one day
that.
they'll find like a box of memory cards.
Yeah.
And then just like watch them all.
Convert it to like whatever it is
Yeah.
then. Yeah. Oh my God, that's actually really
so yeah,
good.
when people are like, "Oh yeah, I've cleared out all memory cards," I'm like, "Oh my God, no." Like I want them to like find the box.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to hope that YouTube's like still going.
This is what
Still a thing.
terrifies me. One thing we have to talk about, because I feel like if people don't follow you, which a mistake you're making, they may have seen your gift wrapping cupboard. Can we talk about that? Because I love it, and I literally sent it to Sam, because I send Sam things all the time about in our next house. I don't know what this next house is going to look like, if it's just going to be like a warehouse maybe, because the amount of things that I send him. Like, in our next house I want this, in our next house I want this, and I sent that to Sam, in our next house I want this. So talk to me about your wrapping paper or your gift wrap station.
Yeah, I'm so pleased you said that, because before I shared it online, I was so nervous. I was like, "I know this is ridiculous, but I'm just going to tell people what I've done." And it got saved like 40,000 times, and like
How many
shared,
views is it up to?
like 14 million, or it was something crazy. It went super viral. And then even like who is it, Crouchy,
Oh, Abby Clancy.
Abby Clancy, she talked about it on her podcast. She went, "I saw this girl on Instagram, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh my God, this has gone super viral." But people loved it. And even if they weren't going to make their own like gift wrapping station, I had it customized, bespokely made. Like I went all out. But even if they weren't going to do that, they were like, "Oh, it's such a good idea to just have a cupboard where all of that stuff lives." Like, I love gifting people. And I always tend to buy like, like the nice gift wrap and the ribbons and everything. And I saw this woman on YouTube, and she was doing a house tour. And then, in America, the houses are huge. She had an entire gift wrapping room. So all these different cupboards, big table in the middle to do it all. And I remember thinking I could obviously never justify a whole room, but I could justify like a little unit. So when we moved into our new house, that was something I was like a non-negotiable. I was like, I need that.
Yeah, I needed that.
And a pantry it was.
Yes, pantry is on my list.
Yeah.
Do you follow Samantha Bouchman?
Oh, I don't
American.
know.
She's just done a hosting closet. So a whole room in her house, and she's got all shelves, and it's like Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween,
Oh my God.
game night, random pillows, random serving stuff, glasses. I'll send it to you. You need to. It's a 4-part series. You need to watch it.
I need that. Maybe I could turn my garage into that or something.
I literally said that to Sam. I was like,
yeah.
I need a garage.
Yeah.
That's what I need a garage for.
Yeah. Because then, all the autumn decor now and the Christmas decor, you get like a lot of it now, don't you? Oh,
Sam goes mad.
Idea.
Where are we going to put all these pumpkins after we've been out for 3 weeks? Because I keep putting it off to put them out.
Yeah. I did take some inspiration from American houses. Like, we moved our laundry room upstairs because I was like, that just makes so much sense, doesn't it? Like, we always drag it downstairs to then drag it back upstairs, whereas they were only originally downstairs because people used to hang them outside. Mm-hmm. So you'd bring them down to hang them out, but we don't really always do that anymore with tumble dryer and all that.
In the UK.
Yeah.
I've got too many birds in my garden as well. I keep saying to him, I need a washing line. He's like, what, so we can double wash all the clothes? And I'm like, this is true. So I've got heated air instead.
Yeah, I love that.
You seem to have it all together. I'm sure there are times where you feel like you don't, but you seem to. What sort of tips, tricks, advice do you have for other parents of just like, what's your parenting ethos type thing?
Well, it's funny you say that I seem to have it all together, because I actually started vlogging when I had my second son. But I remember then me learn the juggle and how to cope almost. I mean, you seem like a really natural mum, but it is hard in the early days, isn't it? It's
I think I've been extremely lucky with Stanley with his temperament. I saw a thing the other day, baby. I have on Twitter, what's the picture from Tangled when they've got all the knives, and it's like, what's your parenting opinion that would have you like this? And someone put your parenting is based on your child's temperament, your parenting tips are just you shuffling papers around the edges. And I was like, my mum says that I treat Stanley like my third child.
Yeah.
She was
you're just
she's like, I dread to think what you're going to be like when you have more children, because Stanley is like your third child.
Yeah, and they're all so different. Like, you feel like you've nailed it when you have one, and then the next you're like, I know exactly what I'm doing now. And then the next one comes and it's just completely different, and you're like, oh my gosh. So I feel like I've had to learn the juggle, really. But everything is a phase, I will say that. And I'm at the part of parenting where I'm sort of like, I'm in the middle bit. So my kids aren't offhand yet, but they don't really need me. So I'm kind of in this really weird middle place
taxi driver stage.
Yeah, and they need me, but they don't want to tell me they need me. Or I have to just kind of be there ready for if they ask me anything. Because my youngest is 9, and then I've got nearly 12, and then nearly 15, and it's like a bit of a weird bit, but it does go so fast. And now looking back, I think I really cherished it. I found a business that meant that I could be at home and enjoy it all and do everything. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, did I enjoy it enough? It just goes really, really quick. And I feel like when I say that, people don't want to hear that, but it just really does go really, really quick. But so I think just enjoy it. And there's not a lot that a hug can't fix as well. I think Princess Diana said that. I think it's so true. If anything's going wrong, if they're literally kicking off or having a tantrum, and you actually think, no, just stop, don't shout at them, I'm actually just going to give them a hug. It's amazing, how much that can help.
I always said to him, come and give me a cuddle. The other day, he's got a basketball hoop in the garden, and he wanted it up to the highest one. And I was like, Stanley, you're not going to get it in there. Anyway, he got it in. And he was like, Mummy, I want to give you a hug to celebrate. So ran over and gave me a hug to celebrate.
So sweet, yeah.
Just quickly, before I let you go, because I've kept you for enough time. At the moment on Instagram, we're doing a Prep for Christmas series.
Yes.
What is your top tip for prepping for Christmas?
I think start a little bit early. Start now. I think, and then you'll be fine. Because the thing is with mums, we actually do so much for Christmas. We have to think about everyone, even partners, families, really some sometimes they look at us like, what are we getting my mum? What are we getting my, there's so much to do. And then you want to make it magical for the kids. So this year I am sharing this prep miss to say, by the time we get to the middle of December, everything's done. All you have to do is like enjoy the kids, do days out, and actually have fun with them. Because I think sometimes you're swept up in like all the craziness that you actually don't enjoy the time with them. And then, as I said, it goes really quick. And there's only like such a short time when they're like fully in it and like, believing and everything. So so we're starting really fast. So like last week I said, book your turkey, book your food shop, book this is, that kind of thing. And we're just like breaking it down each week.
See, I'm still in the era of my life. I'm low enough on the family tree. I don't have to do any of that bit.
Oh, so
I don't have to book a turkey.
You're not hosting or anything?
No.
We're hosting for 20 this year. And
I mean, that beautiful extension that I've been
it'll be fun. Yeah. And we were like, you want to host, don't you? I need a hosting closet, you see?
Yes, exactly. But it's so funny you say about like mums do so much at Christmas. I, the other day, put up some pans on my socials and I said, are these good pans? So I'm just writing my Christmas list. And someone sent me a message saying, Christmas list, where are you sending it? The North Pole. You've got a child of your own. Sorry, she's got a child. Doesn't mean I'm not allowed Christmas presents.
Yeah. And your mum's going to ask you, so you might as well be ready.
Exactly. My mum and my husband.
Yeah.
I was like, it's better than, Sam bought me a meat thermometer for Christmas one year, but
the romance.
I use it every day.
Oh, there you go.
I really
You
ripped him for it at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and every time I use it, he's like, oh, using it again, are we?
Yeah, it's funny how Christmas can trigger people, because even me sharing this prep miss, I have had a lot of messages like, oh, I'm not ready. And I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm sort of saying if we do it slowly, then it'll be, easier. But I think as well, there's so much pressure on mums to make it magical. But really, kids just want to spend time with you. And you can do loads of free stuff. Like we have a neighborhood near us where the lights are insane. They go all out. So every year, like one of our, I think the kids' favorite tradition is we make hot chocolates at home, get in the car in their jammies, and we drive around this neighborhood. And that's a completely free thing. So you don't have to book all the grottos, you don't have to go crazy. You can make it really special just doing other things.
I love a light drive around. We have where I live as well for Halloween, we have a scarecrow trail.
Oh my god.
So like there's a village and there's like, I think last year there was something like 45 different houses where they do different scarecrow displays in their front gardens. So someone did a frozen one and someone did like a surfing one. So it gets my steps in. Stanley loves
I love
it.
that.
It's amazing.
That's
and you get a map
cute.
and you tick them all off. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Well,
that.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Where can people find you online?
So Mrs. Emily Norris on Instagram and just Emily Norris on YouTube. So yeah.
I loved your fitness, like your sort of what you're doing, like fitness and eating and stuff. I loved that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I'll be back next week with another fabulous guest. Until then, don't forget to check out our social media at Amy Hart's Mums Club on Instagram and TikTok. And I am Amy Hart XO on Instagram and Amy Hart on TikTok. And I will see you next week with another fabulous guest. Mwah!